Hey guys, Ike here from IkesOutdoors.com. I'm here today to do a review on the Hips Archery Target Herd Bull. I got it up here because I'm going to splicing some footage right now. Of me shooting my 70-pound Bear Arena into this bow, or into this target. This bow was my hog hunting bow, and I basically just pulled it out, shot it into this target 3 times to show how well this target does stopping arrows. And the arrows that I'm shooting are some of the toughest arrows out there to stop. One, I'm shooting a 70-pound draw weight on that bow, and I'm shooting this is a 515 grain arrow, and it's a small diameter arrow with an outshirt on the front of it. And these things get crazy penetration. My kinetic energy coming out of that bow was around a 79 foot-pound mark. So kinetic energy out of it was really impressive. And you can see this is how far the arrow went in. I left this one in here because this one actually went in the farthest. So I'm going to show you the penetration that we got here by turning this thing sideways. So you can see we got a foot or so sticking out here in the back, and it did come through the back a little bit. But now this target is not brand new either, so we did get a little bit of penetration coming through the back. This is the worst case scenario, and that's the reason why I'm showing this one, is this bow and this arrow get a ton of penetration. They blow through everything, and that's why it's my hog setup, because it's made for a big animal with thick, heavy bone. I'll shoot this again with the exact same bow and throw some different arrows in here and splice that in. So you can see there with these arrows, whole different story. These arrows weigh in at 375 grains and 400 grains. So that's about normal for a hunting setup. And with these arrows, these are standard diameter arrows. So you can see quite a bit more sticking out in the front here. And you'll notice on the shooting too, you saw my shadow because I was literally standing in the door of my shop. I'm 5 yards away when I'm shooting these. So I'm shooting about a 70-pound bow that's putting out a ton of kinetic energy from that kind of distance. This penetration is nothing for that kind of distance. And you can see on the back here, we got a little bit, we got one that came through right there, and that was it. So from 5 yards, I am not disappointed with that at all. And this is what you're going to run into a majority of the time, is people shooting these kind of arrows and shooting you know, a standard diameter arrow in that kind of weight. So most people are not going to shoot from 5 yards away. They're going to shoot from 20 yards away plus. So the kinetic energy, the momentum is going to be quite a bit less than what I've done here. And this target is not new. This is a target I used in my tuning video. This side over here shot up. This side's a little bit shot up. I shot in this area here because I actually shot some broadheads into there and shot a few times into the bull there. But the side that I've shot the most has been the tuning side, because I'm doing some tuning in my tuning video. Really like the Hips targets. I've used them for a long time now, and have very little to complain about when it comes to these things. They hold up really well to a lot of abuse, and I like the size on them. Now this is the Herd Bull. You can see because we got the Herd Bull on the side, and I've got it over here where I can read a little bit of the description to you. The Herd Bull, this one is 18 by 16 by 16, so generous size target. This one, what I'm reading off of, is a label on the side which says which target is right for you. So when you go to a shop, you're not just going to be guessing, okay, my setup is this, which target do I need? You can actually go to this Hips target, and every one of them has this target buying guide right here on the side, and it's going to tell you which target you need for your setup. So, but this muley, or this Herd Bull, is 18 by 16 by 16. The maximum draw weight to go into this thing is 80 pounds. You can shoot all 6 sides of this thing. Easy arrow removal. Kind of awkward position here, but you can see even from an awkward position, arrows come out really easy. Standard shafts, no problem. Field points and broadheads, no problem. Micro shafts. Now on this Herd Bull, it will do the micro shafts, but it says on the micro shafts up to 65-pound bow. So I'm actually exceeding that when I'm shooting my 70-pound bow into this thing, and that's the micro shafts. That's one of the reasons why I shot them, is because they're so hard on this target. And it also has a category for crossbows. Now the Herd Bull does not fall into a crossbow category, but they have a ton of different options available, and each one of those is going to be specific to the needs that you're going to have with your bow and with your setup. Another thing I love about these things is they're made right here in the USA. Hips is based out of Texas. I believe they're still in San Antonio. Last time I went down and visited Darren, it was in San Antonio around Kerrville, so pretty sure they're still there. And yet one of their mottos is less shred, more dead, and that is exactly right. We did a review a couple months ago on a competitor's target, the Black Hole target, and Corey he had 2 of them, and he was shooting his bow right through those things. His wife was shooting his bow right through them, and they were shredded up messes, and they looked like crap after just about a week of shooting. I mean, they looked terrible. This Hips has been through it. It's still the same material they've made them out of for the last couple years. They got this nice black face on them, this black wrap around them. Just a very tough, very durable target. And as you can see, like I said, this Hips target has been through quite a bit and still holding up really well. I'm gonna go ahead and pull these arrows real quick and show you all the different options for shooting on this thing. And I'll show you now that I'm in a different position. These are still really, really easy to pull out of there. So we've got 6 sides. You can shoot all 6 sides, and on the front you got your Herd Bull. So you got your big old elk right there on the front. On the side you got your tuning aid, which I absolutely love. You got your tuning cross for walkback tuning, for broadhead tuning, for French tuning, anything like that. This one over here, I hate this side. I love it, but the dots on this one are so small that I have a hard time hitting them. So this side kind of frustrates me, kind of challenges me too. So you'll see I've been shooting at it probably more than the others, because it really does challenge me trying to hit that little spot. You can see there ain't no damage done to it. Another thing I really like is the long range target. You get out there at 40-50 yards and you're trying to shoot at one of these little things here, your pin's going to cover it up. You're not going to be able to see it. The long range target is a bigger circle, and the advantage to that and the reason for that is when you get out there and the target, your fiber optic won't cover it up, so you have a nice big target to aim at. Up here on the top you got a few more of the Hips targets. You got one here, a couple, and you also got your buying guide on here, so love that buying guide. On the back you got what looks like a checkerboard, so you can play some games there. Or checkerboard, I'm sorry, tic-tac-toe, so you can play tic-tac-toe with it. You can aim at the spots. You got different colors, so really like that. This also has a new handle on it, so I like the new handle. The old handle was one you just put your hand in, and a lot of times after shooting and abuse, they got kind of wore out. So this one has a new handle in it. I don't know how they adhere it, but it is really sturdy. Very good handle. So like all the Hips targets that I've had in the past, I'm very impressed with the Herd Bull, and I have no complaints about it. Absolutely love this Herd Bull. Done a very good job. Held up really well to what I put it through, and I have walkback tuned, broadhead tuned, and done all kinds of shooting on this thing, and exceeded the recommendations for it by shooting more poundage on a smaller shaft than what I'm supposed to. It still does a fantastic job of stopping those things. So definitely check out the Hips archery target. Darren is a hell of a guy. Absolutely one of my favorite people to see every year at the ATA show and stuff like that. So definitely check out Hips targets. They have a lot of them available. They've got the 12-pack, which I've still got. I'm still shooting my 12-pack. They got the Whitetail, they got the Muley, they got the Herd Bull, they got the Grizzly, and I've actually got a Grizzly around here too that's a couple years old when it first came out with these X2s, that's still in pretty good shape. And they also have the Big Game, and the Big Game is, they're really big, 24 by 22 by 16, so the Big Game is a really nice big target. So definitely check these guys out, Hips targets. We'll put a link below, and for more product reviews, how-to videos, be sure to check us out at ikesoutdoors.com. Appreciate you guys watching.